This is Team Hard Life Captain Alberto Zertuche, and we've got the Cortland 130 pound test, 16 strand. We got the Diamond Momoy 130 pound test right there. And then we also got the Tightline Braid 130 pound test of 12 strand. So let's see what we can get. This Avets 30 right here.
Gotta bite. I think I got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I got a line. I'ma call up the whole team.
Alright, I guess we could start with a 130 pound diamond on this one. Let's see what we're gonna get. I thought of this video today just because we always get asked about line capacities for all three of them, and a lot of it has to do with the 130. Obviously, they want it for bigger reels. However, I don't have an MT80 right now in the shop, but I do have this 30 that our customer is willing to let us experiment with, and we're gonna go ahead and play with it a little bit and continue doing these spooling videos. This is strictly for the library, guys. Like I said, we're just doing this for line capacity knowledge, so that way when you call us and ask us, hey, which one holds more, this is going to be another great video for it. And I'm actually going to do this with several different test lines of the 3 different braids that we do have in stock right now. And like I said, right now this is strictly just for line capacity knowledge only. So let's go ahead and get it knocked out. Get in there. See, even right there, look at that. Doesn't even create any grip, but right there it does. And like I'm holding it and it's still gripping pretty well. But still, that's where the anaconda knot comes into play. If y'all don't know about our anaconda knot, I need to do a little bit of research, guys. Get this set up right. Alright guys, that's 200 yards. I forgot to stop at the 100 yard mark, but we'll keep it going right there. It's 300 yards right there of line of the Diamond Momoy 130 pound test on this reel. Now we're gonna keep it going for the full line capacity. That's 400 yards right there. Still rocking it. I'm just trying to turn my microscope on over here to see if we can get it to register on the laptop. Sometimes it's a little finicky on what it wants to take in and stuff like that. So basically I have to connect it and reconnect it and let it upload properly or whatever it's supposed to do. So let's see. 500 yards. Getting some coloring there, and between each, you can see the true colors come out. That's 600 yards. Yeah, getting some good line capacity. I felt something. I'm gonna go ahead and stop and check it just because I've been having access to this microscope, and I like those videos because when I say I find something, it's pretty awesome to see what actually gets found. Sometimes it's just twisting the line, because when I go back through, what I'm doing is I'm running the braid through my fingers like this, and I'm feeling for those speed bumps. And for y'all, I would try it. Just grab a bunch of your line and just go like this with it and see if you can find anything in there. And you'll feel it. It'll be like a speed bump in your hand. Okay, I don't feel, well, hold on. No, that may have been a twist. Yeah. All right, yeah, I don't feel anything again. I'm gonna go a little further just to make sure. Nope, it's good. Okay. Oh, no, I just felt that again. There it is, right there. Okay, I can already see what it is. And you can tell too, look. There's a bump there of something. Right there, there's a bump. And then also too, the weave gets super tight. It's loose, okay. Loose, tight, right in there. And then it gets loose again. That's where I don't know what's going on, but when they're weaving it, it's not putting out the way it's supposed to. So let's see this under the microscope. Move this over. All right. So right there, you can see all that extra line on there. And I can't pick it out of there right now. Like I said, I have no way to do it under the microscope. Or you know what? Let me see something. Hold on. It's all cut, it's all frayed out. Maybe I can catch one of the little loops so I can get it all out. Yeah, see, it's all cut. That must have been one carrier that's the end. It must be. I don't know. I won't know until I go pulling on it, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and move down the line. And so that way we can check and inspect the braid. Okay, right there. See that long weave right there? Compared to the short weaves right here, look, those are about the width of my thumb. And that one's almost 2 widths of my thumb right there. That's a prime example of how tight the weave is and how loose it is over here. Okay, so let's go further down. Oh man, look at that. It gets really tight there. Look at that. You can see the long weave over here and then the super tight weave over here. This is where I can get a needle into. This is very important for y'all to know about braid manufacturers and when you're gonna choose one. If you have braid that's like this, what ends up happening, you cannot get the needle in there, which means you cannot splice, which means you have basically a solid braid, not a hollow core. It's got to be loose like that to enable it to do what it's supposed to do, and that is to sit flat on your spool while you're spooling, which is another big factor, guys. You buy a hollow core so you get line capacity, you get abrasion resistance and everything else. This one is so tight, you can't do nothing with it, and it eats up your line capacity. It's basically like stacking PVCs on your reel. So let's go a little further down. Look how tight it stays. Man, it gets even tighter. Look at that. Yeah, there's no way. And see what that, here's a splicing needle. And this is one of the smallest sizes. You know what I mean? It's not gonna open up to allow that needle to get inside there. It's gotta have a gap between those weaves to be able to allow it to splice in and so forth. So we got that. Go a little further. Super, super tight. Look at that. Golly, yeah. So what ends up happening, guys, with this, and look, there it starts to move, starts to open up. You can see the weave opening up. There you go. A little bit. Go down to where it's a good section. All right, yeah, there's some longer weaves there. Yep, weaves are a lot longer in that area. Let's see, go further down. Yeah, and actually I smashed that area right there just by, not smashed like with a hammer or something, just mashed it down. Because you can see how it's round right there and this goes flat. That's how hollow core is supposed to work. It's supposed to be able to go flat like that. In those tight areas, it will not allow it to go flat. So, let's see. There's that little speck area. So. Yeah, that's a carrier. Look at that. Yep, there was a tail end of a carrier that broke off. It must have been where one ended, and then one continues on over here, where they have to reinsert it. But yeah, you can see it's starting to pull this way, and it's the carrier group that goes that way. So that's actually a weak end of the line right up in that area. So not good. See, and it's areas like this that I want to cut out and test out. So when I get my I'm getting a device in here where I can pull these braids and destroy them just to see where they actually break at. Because now instead of it being, you know, a 10 or 12 carrier group, obviously it's one less because that area right there is a weak point. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut it out just because I'm already here. That way I don't have to worry about it later on when I'm with the customer. And now let's see if I'm going to run into any problems of splicing further down. Because that's the other thing too, we've seen with Diamond Memorial a lot, that when you have areas like that, you normally find them further down the waves too, not just in that one area. It'll be, I guess, that one machine that this all came off of has that weak point and it continues to do it. But I don't know, we'll see. You got to remember, they have thousands of machines like this running all at the same time, and you know, it may be the one machine that it only does it every so often, or the other machine that really does it every couple of feet. But like I said, they're in it to push material out. They're in it for quantity, not quality. But this is going good. This is going real good. And this is the way braids should act. It should open up like that. That way I can splice in and continue doing what I gotta do. But I shouldn't even have to be doing this with a brand new braid. It should already be good to go. Alright, and real quick while we're here, I'm going to grab that same piece, and you know it is, because there's that tag end right there. I'm going to try to insert the needle in those areas like I told you. Look, there it's a little opened up, same needle. It goes in, and then it stops. I can't even, watch, let me go further back. No worries, good to go, and then it stops. That's where that tight weave is going to shoot you in the foot, guys. And like I said, I don't know how many machines they got. I know it's a crazy amount of machines that they use to weave their braid. But if you find that one machine, and I ran into it before, like every 6 to 12 inches, I ran into a spot like this. I couldn't even insert a needle. I had to tie a knot. And it's in the videos, guys. It's in there. And if it's not in the regular videos, I think it was in the live video, I could not get the needle to go in. And this is part of that process, that the weave is too tight. And there's really nothing you can do about it. And this whole area will be tight all the way up to right about where that carrier got lost, right in that area. So, watch, come back through the other way. Right there where the carrier is, look. Oh, it came through a little bit. Let's see. Nope, that's it, locked in. So if you were trying to splice in that area, you wouldn't be able to. You'd have to go further back and cut that area out. All right, now that we're good to go on that, let's go and continue spooling. Oh, yeah, I need that up here. All right. Google, such a spam. I don't understand Google, guys. They pride themselves on being one of the... Oh man, what is that? That was weird. Look at all of this. See, that wasn't there earlier. That was me stepping on the line while I was down here. Okay. Damn, that got easily messed up here. Just me stepping on it. And I'm wearing Crocs, guys. Like, I'm not wearing heavy boots or anything, and that's just on the floor. So, yeah. My bad. That was me. So, I'm going to mark that line up. Well, I'm going to put a note. I'm probably going to go all the way back to that splice. But I can't do it right now, and because I got the line counter going, and it won't be fair, but I'll come back and cut all that out. Dang it. Go. Alright, so I'm about flush with the spool. I'm a little over here, but I'm right about there, and I'm at 700 yards of 130 on this EXW30 of the Diamond Gen 3 hollow core braid. Why is this tape on there? I don't know why it's taped on there. I don't want to leave it on there. Okay. Go. Now I'm gonna go and max it out. Oh, actually, let me write that down. I'm gonna max this out. All right, guys, that is maxed out there. And you can still see, like I said, I can see gappage on both sides right there. And I'm at 800, we'll say 800 yards. There you go. 800, very nice. Not bad, not bad. Now it's time to strip it down and start the process all over again. If we want to check out who we gonna do next, Cortland or Tightline? Which one? Which one? All right. Let's see who gets it right the first time on the guess.